Hey guys, Michael from Copper vs Glass, and in today's video we are checking out the Raycon Everyday Earbuds. Now, I know what you're thinking. Raycon. Is this going to be one of those don't be fooled, honest reviews, don't fall for the scam sort of videos? Well, no. For me, the Raycon earbuds are actually pretty good overall in regards to the price and of course the overall sound quality, so let's take a look. Without further ado, here is my honest review of the Raycon earbuds. Now, the Everyday Earbuds are the newest ones from Raycon. They're coming in at 4 different colours and will set you back around $79.99. So straight off the bat, under $100, hitting that sweet spot for me in terms of the overall value for money. And also right now, if you use the code COLORFUL, you'll also get an additional 20% off. So in the box, you're going to be getting your paperwork, a USB-C cable, and multiple different ear tips. And I mean multiple. You've got small, medium, large, extra large. You've got tons of options here to choose from to get that perfect fit, which is probably one of the more important things when it comes to earbuds. Now, Raycon did also send me over their protection case for the Everyday Earbuds. It's just a very simple but very colourful way of protecting your earbuds. You've got a top section, a bottom section. If you used AirPods before and you've got any sort of case or just in general for any earbuds, you know exactly what you're getting yourself into. You just put on the top section, the bottom section, everything fixed together perfectly, and then you're set and ready to go. If you want to drop them or throw them in and out of a bag, you don't really have anything to worry about. So first off, we get onto the design. Now for me, my go-to in terms of the overall form factor that I really love is the Apple AirPods Pro 2. For me, the carrying case, the size of the earbuds themselves, it's very small, very minimal, and of course it fits in that tiny pocket that men have on their jeans. And then of course you have the Raycon Everyday Earbuds, and as you can see, very, very similar in terms of the overall size. However, with the Raycon earbuds, you do have a nice matte carrying case, and the earbuds themselves don't have that stem design that you get from some other earbuds. In general, you've got a very small case, USB-C on the bottom, and then an LED light as well to let you know when you're charging, pairing, and just in general how much battery life you've got remaining in the earbuds themselves. And also on the back of the case you do have a symbol for what looks to be wireless charging, but for the life of me I can't find anything about it on the Raycon website, and any wireless charger that I've used, it doesn't actually charge them. So it might just be a symbol to let you know that this is the battery case, I guess. And then we come on to the design of the actual earbuds themselves. Now, these are some of the smallest, but also some of the best fitting earbuds I've ever actually tried. Now, for me, one thing that I really don't like is when I'm eating any food, for example, sometimes the earbud over time will slowly move out and then eventually fall out. Now, I know a very niche case for me, but that's one of the struggles that I have when I'm finding earbuds. And again, everyone's use case is going to be different for their type of earbud, for what they use it for, whether you're out and about, whether you're at home, you need or don't need noise cancelling. There's a ton of options. Obviously, you've got the multiple ear tips with the Everyday Earbuds as well, so you can also get that perfect fit, which, like I say, is one of the more important factors when it comes to the earbud side of things. They can sound okay or amazing, but at the end of the day, if they don't fit like you need them to, then they're not going to be any use. And all around the earbuds, you've got all of the ports for the microphone side of things and also the noise cancellation, plus some Raycon branding on the side. Just in general, they're a very minimal, stealthy pair of earbuds. You don't have that really big white stem that you get with the AirPods, for example, and you don't have some of those brighter colours. Now, don't get me wrong, they are available in a green, blue, black, and some other colour options as well, but in general, for me, this black minimal design, I think they're actually pretty good looking overall. And then we get onto the sound side of things with the Everyday Earbuds, which of course is probably the most important factor for earbuds under that $100 price tag. Now, the new Bring Me the Horizon album and the 21 Pilots album has recently come out, so that's pretty much all I've been playing recently on Spotify. They're very different in terms of the overall sound and the overall mixes of the songs, so in general, that's kind of what I was using to test these earbuds, along with some staples that I use on a regular basis for earbud testing. And if you're a fan of bass, then the Everyday Earbuds are definitely for you. Now, don't get me wrong, they're not too bass heavy and they're not muddy in the overall sound quality, but they've definitely got that punch to it when it comes to the overall bass levels. Now, don't get me wrong, you can go into your Spotify or any music application of choice and fiddle around with the EQ and change it to your preference, but straight out of the box without any changing of that sort of thing at all, they're a little bit on the bassier side, which is definitely something to keep in mind. Now, you also don't get any sort of application with Raycon earbuds, which means there's no going in and tweaking anything for the controls or EQ presets or changing the EQ for the earbuds in general. It has to be specific on the application you're using. So for me, if I change the EQ levels on Spotify on my phone, for example, but then hop over to Apple Music on my Mac, you are going to see a difference in sound, which is definitely something to keep in mind. I much prefer it when there's a way to change the actual EQ of the device, as opposed to doing it on the device you're listening from. So with that extra bass, when I was listening to the new Bring the album, it was a little bit muddy from time to time. Now, again, not in a way that made it lose any sort of clarity, but those songs with those really heavy guitar riffs and just in general a lot of stuff going on, and if you listen to the album you know exactly what I'm talking about, sometimes some of the lower end isn't necessarily the clearest out there. Now don't get me wrong, the mids and highs sound extremely good, some of the more sort of synthesized or electrical effects on the album sound amazing, but in general I did have to turn down the bass levels just a little bit in the Spotify app. Now when it came to the Clancy album by 21 Pilots, that for me actually sounded pretty good straight out the box without having to go in and change any EQ levels. Now sometimes depending on the song I was listening to, again the bass would kick in, but it didn't necessarily overpower anything, and in general because of the songs and the way that they are, there's a lot of vocal tones and just kind of a little bit more that you need to be listening to, so it sounded pretty good overall, like I mentioned, straight out of the box without any tweaking at all. You've also got active noise cancellation on board, and for me the noise cancellation done a pretty good job. Not the best out there that I've heard, but definitely not the worst. I think if you're out in a loud environment, then yes, the noise cancellation can do a pretty good job overall, but sometimes specific frequencies and sounds, like for example the other day I was listening to some music and just at the back here there was a lawnmower going on, and that did creep through ever so slightly, but then again walking around out and about, traffic sounds for example, no problem at all. So again, it can be a little bit kind of dependent on your current situation, but overall noise cancellation gets a thumbs up from me. And then we got onto the battery life. You're going to be getting around 8 hours on a full charge, with a total 32 hours when you take into account the charging case. Now it's also a fast charge case as well, so just putting on charge for a quick 10 minutes before you pop out will give you plenty of music listening time. So again, battery life is also pretty good. So what's not to like about the Raycon Everyday Earbuds? Well, for me, I don't really get what all the hype is about. When Raycon originally reached out for me to actually review these, I thought, okay, I've made it as a YouTuber. Everyone out there gets sent Raycon earbuds, they're sponsored by Raycon, and it pops up in kind of some of these stranger places, but I thought, you know what, I'll give it a go, I'll give them a try and see exactly what all the hype is about. And I was actually pleasantly surprised. The Raycon Everyday Earbuds are some of the better sounding earbuds for the price, and in general some of the features, sound quality, noise cancellation does a pretty good job when you take into account they're only $79. So can I recommend Raycon and these specific earbuds if you're looking for a good pair of active noise cancellation earphones? Well, for me, I actually can. I think they do a very good job overall, and I think if you're looking at paying $200+ on a pair of AirPods or something from Samsung, or the Nothing Ear Ones for example, then I think they do fit in quite well on that lower end bracket. Now don't get me wrong, they don't feel cheap and they don't sound cheap, but again, price wise, they're pretty good value. So for me, I can definitely recommend them. Now Raycon did send these out for the purpose of review, however like every single video here on the channel is my own thoughts and opinions, and they're seeing this video the exact same time that you are. Now of course I will have them linked in the description down below, not necessarily because they sent them to me, but because they're a pretty good pair of overall earbuds. And that's going to do it for this video. Let me know in the comments section down below what earbuds you're currently using, or even if you've tried the Raycon earbuds in the past. If you enjoyed this video, also leave a like down below, and if you're not subscribed, now's a great time to do so. Once you've hit that subscribe button, don't forget to turn on the notifications so you're notified anytime I post a video here on the channel. I'm Michael from Copper vs Glass, thanks very much for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next video.